Good Earth spin. 372, 391, 372, 391, 372, 391, 1461, 1507, Infinity codes 888, 12 and 13. Basically, welcome to another fun, exciting episode. This one's going to be extra special because this is my special piece of the puzzle. I've been sharing much wisdom which I've found records of in ancient cultures and modern measurements that match ancient cultures, and now I'm presenting my own piece, which is, as I said, actually, funnily enough, in my first book, if you turn to the front page, inside the front cover, 19,000 years of peace and the missing piece, a shard of truth. Now, you know, I didn't know the relationship between my codes and the ice core samples at that point. I was calling it the missing piece, shard of truth, because shards are very small amounts of time, and I'm about precision. And it's the missing piece, as in not seen it anywhere else. At least to the fractal levels in which I've been working on its precision. So that's what we're talking about today. Hello world, greetings to you on your path, your unique path. I'm not here to convince you of anything, I'm just presenting the most up-to-date information I have, according to my own research, to present to you, so you can do the maths and, you know, connect the dots and please make up your own mind. So, today's kin signature. White spectral dog. I dissolve in order to love. Releasing loyalty. I seal the process of heart with the spectral tone of liberation. I am guided by my own power doubled. I am a galactic activation portal. Enter me. So, I also received a strange gift from the Arcturians. They told me it was a crystal phone. Yeah, it's a crystal phone. Weird. Anyway, apparently they're going to be in touch in a little bit. Yeah. Right. So, day 14. Day 14. Temperance. With the 2 cups. The mixing of the 2 cups. Right, okay. Re-establish fields. And so it is. Right, we've got a lot to share. I've been told I have to share as much as possible before the Arcturians phone, just to show what exactly it is that I have here. What's the evidence, the irrefutable proof that I'm talking about. So, where to begin? Well, if you have my book, you can always turn to this page. This page is 133. So I was giving a bit of detail on that yesterday. What's this talking about? Well, it's got all the 372s and the 391s, and it's got the 1461, 1507s as a fractal pattern. I will be showing this on the projector later once I've received my security clearance, covering 20,000 years, and we can go into it in great detail. So this is what I have. Just as a recap, like I did before, just to keep everybody up to date, number 7 was the Chariot, which is the 7 times 317.7 to do with the gas giants. Number 8 was Justice, and that's 8. 8 long counts, 2 times 4. Number 9 was the Tides and the Hermit. Number 10 was actually 10 times 8. Wheel of 4 tones, Wheel of Fortunes, covering almost 500,000 years. Number 11 I switched with 19, and that's the Diamond Matrix, 33, 3 times 11 sunspots. Number 12 was the Inverted World, a 12,000 year cycle, Hangman, Upside Down World. 13 was Yesterday, and that was to do with death and the droughts. And yeah, death and rebirth though, and today is the rebirth. And here it is, number 14. Temperance. The alchemy of the Mayan and Kemet traditions. There's a missing syllable in there though. From M to K. So what is this all about? Alright. Well, I have been showing you this from from M to K. So what's the J? What's the J? Or the G? J, magic. Magic. I chose to put a J on there in honor of the 3 mums and all the mums. The J and the G though are interchangeable because it's magic and it can be spelt different ways. So, right. Oh, it's nearly time I think. Oh my god, is the crystal phone gonna ring? Okay. What else have I got? What else have I got? Of course, the ice core samples, which cost 25 million to produce. Right, that's quite a lot. Okay. Right, better access the big chunky book. Right. Okay. What do we have here then? Right. Okay, so we're talking about here 7.5 million day long calculation. And that's the ice core samples from Greenland. If you look them up, it's GISP. GISP2. And I have a direct match. Whenever the trends are up, it's 372. Whenever the trends are down, it's 391. And it doesn't just go up and down. It also has a point where it goes down, down. And my codes are 391, 391. And it goes down, down again. 391, 391. So if it was just up, down, I could understand if you thought it was just a coincidence. But this does cover 12,000 years. And it's direct connection. Even rhythmically. As a piece of music, it's a direct connection between this wisdom. Ancient wisdom and modern calculations equating to the same thing. Here it is again, different details on this one, and you can see at the bottom the up and down trends. So, giving thanks to the ancestors and modern scientists for coming up with the same answers. Wow. Okay. How does that work? So it's, if you remember from the beginning, what's that? Right. Well, that's actually Greenland there, and there's the point on it, midpoint, and here it's around 71 to 72 degrees north. Okay. So, wow, what's that then? Yeah, that should really spark your curiosity now. That's actually geometry on the planet matching up. Mayan and Egyptian wisdom. Land of Kemet, Alchem. And they both point to Greenland. Oh, the missing G. Mayans, M, G. Kemet, magic, magic, magic. What's that say? What does this say? Wow. Wow, okay. I really hope the Arcturians phone. Atlantis is a lost science of cosmic cycles. It's an ancient legend of lost wisdom, now found again once more. Wow. Okay. So, I was talking about the apple falling experience, going from warmer to cooler. So, you know, suddenly, dum, 372, dum, 391. Okay. So, is this my science or is the science of the ancestors? Well, I've always wanted to help find lost pieces of wisdom that may have been destroyed or forgotten. So, I think I may have accomplished my mission, hopefully. Just wish the Arcturians would phone, you know? I'm trying to give you as much evidence as possible, as quickly as possible. This is important. Look how close Greenland is to the Emerald Isles. Look at that, you know. tip of Greenland, top of Scotland. It's pretty relevant to brothers and sisters, tribes of Scotland and northern climates. If there's a direct correlation by codes and Greenland's temperature fluctuations. The missing piece. Since the ice core from Greenland matched my codes and the 372-391 matched the eclipse sequence in my book, and those add up to 1461-1507 in my book, but which are actually ancient Mayan and Egyptian time codes, and they get more accurate the further back in time you go, like back to 10,000 BC. And if you draw a triangle from Central America Mayas and Northeast Africa Egypt Kemet, where's the triangle peak land? Greenland. Which the ice core match my maths. Which is the maths of our ancestors before the books were burnt. Modern science called these cycles bond cycles, they say, roughly speaking, but they don't have precise measurements. No. It's 1461-1507 with subcycles of 371, 372, 391. I'm only a scientist on the planet aware of this and has the precise maths. Yeah, that's my truth. I don't see anybody else with it. I'm not lying, that's the truth. My truth. And yes, Greenland is key, as the North Pole is an ocean. So to determine northern climate scientists use Greenland. Hence, my science should be listened to. Oh yeah, I think I already said this is an ancient science. Did you watch episode 10 yet? Tarot? Okay. Tilt, ages, rotation, orbit. Varies. Egg-shaped. Not joking, science of our ancestors was here first. My maths backs up their science, and it's more real than the Gregorian. Honestly, have you checked the math? Or is my book just laying around someplace? Still uncertain what I'm talking about in even greater detail than could fit in an email? Episode 14, that's today. Should be fun. I still think you are all underestimating what math is saying, what nature is saying to us through me, as it is me who is the guardian of this gnosis, Raah Psirus Hunkukum. Egyptian and Mayan visionary name, 1998-2000. How many years? Which codes add up to the green core, ice cores? Better pay attention then. I now have proof my science is more real than the Gregorian, irrefutable proof. Like I've said before, this is my life's work, not a joke, not a joker. Science. Multi-dimensional science. Magic. Magic. That's what I was guided to share. These are the things I was guided to share. I can only share what I have here. Ice core samples, 25 million it cost them to do those ice cores. Wow. Okay. Yeah, right. Well, and I was also told I have to turn off the light to signal to the Arcturians it's time. I wonder why they said that. Is this some sort of signal or something? Really? Arcturians talking to us? Wow. That's pretty crazy, really, isn't it? I wonder what they'd say. I wonder what they'd say. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god, look, they're phoning. They're phoning on the crystal phone. I better answer it. Hello? 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 Oh, something's happened. Something's happened. Hello? 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 This is the Arcturians transmitting live from aboard the starship, the Great Endeavor. I am Captain Metatron. Your request for Arcturian security clearance has been granted. 108, 108, 108. cannot see us. We are in hyperspace, beyond the quarantine zone. I hear you asking, what is the highest security clearance? Determining when shifts in climate occur affecting millions of lives. You wanted to know what it is. There you go. All militaries must stand down, transform into protector of humans. When hurricanes and volcanoes, tsunamis and earthquakes occur, protect your own species. This is our guidance to you. Now, are you listening? What codes do you have? Nuclear codes? This is what you have? This is your highest? Really? No. Arcturians, highest security clearance in the galaxy. In the galaxy. In the galaxy. Galaxy. This is Captain Metatron, humbly asking you to be at peace now. Listen to this time-space keeper of ancient wisdom. 108, 108, 108, 108. Wow. Okay. Screen's looking a bit pixelated now after seeing the crystalline presence. Yeah. Hope Horus there has managed to pick up hopefully some Arcturian frequencies. So that's great. So I now have highest security clearance in the galaxy. 10x8. Yes? Determining precise timing of massive climate sequences. They affect millions, if not billions of lives. The Arcturian protect or ratio. Maybe it wasn't communicated in the correct spelling. Arcturian protector ratio 10x8. Wow. Accessing Arcturian Intelligence. Wow. Okay. That's interesting. So really the time codes are kind of important then. That's what that's saying to me. Oh, okay. I hope maybe we can speak to the Arcturians again. Maybe that was it. One chance of communicating to us. Maybe that was it. Well, I better get on with my job then. Got my security clearance here, highest in the galaxy. Right. Okay, so what else have we got here? Says nature rules. So that's all the different biomes of our planet here. And humans are basically a coastal biome. Basically. That's interesting. Oh yeah, here's the quote from the book. In 1988, the US researchers involved in ice coring presented a proposal to the National Science Foundation to spend $25 million on a project called the Greenland Ice Sheet Project 2, GISP2, over a 5-year period. About half the funds were targeted to logistical elements of the project: aircraft, ice core drills, field laboratories, and half to the institutions. There were 25 by the time of funding that would participate. Everyone knew it was a substantial amount of money for this kind of research. It was minuscule compared with other government programs. Going to the moon had cost $25 billion, while the JISP2 budget amounted to only $100,000 per participating institution per year to support students, staff, equipment, travel, analysis, and supplies. Alright, well, I said in a previous episode I did all these calculations in my bedroom on my home computer, which cost me £500. So I'm just saying these things because that's the truth. I'm just pointing out facts here. If these facts concern you, or you think I'm wrong, please go ahead and try and refute what I'm saying. I'd really love for someone to find the hole in my maths. Because like I said before, whenever I've found one, I've found more truth once I've realised I've made a mistake and corrected it. That's what alchemy is about, in my view. So, what else have we got here? That's that stuff there. High security class in the galaxy. Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay, gonna go take you for a wee voyage. Go and see my map, my wall map, so we can have a look at this in greater detail. Alright, so I've just moved through a different space here. This is Peter's world map. So accurate according to surface area, area scale, all the rest of it down there. So worldview publications, worldview Peter projection map. Okay, so as you can see, Africa is actually a lot bigger on this. See that? And United States is a bit more puny because they actually distorted the maps to make the Northern Hemisphere look bigger. Would you believe it? Just thought I'd point that out. So what we're looking at here, right? Well, that's That's Greenland up there, and I'm over there. And down here, that's Central America here, and that's the Teotihuacan, which is on 19.5 or close to it. I think Tenochtitlan is 19.5. Tenochtitlan, and a bit further north is Teotihuacan. And so here you got Tikal and Chichen Itza, and this is the 1507 spot, connecting with the Merkaba, with the Mayans and Aztecs and all these tribes over here. Over here is the icosahedron and the Nile River, because this is really volcanic over here, which is the Merkaba, which is fire. Whereas this is more watery, this is the Nile River, so this is the icosahedron, and 1461. And as you can see, these two massive empires, both with massive pyramid complexes in these areas, came up with these numbers, and then these numbers are the codes I found in my book. After I found the 372391, which I've just matched up with Greenland, which, as you can see, is at the peak here. Yeah? So that's my view on that. I think it's something to take note of. Yeah, over here as well though, this is Emikusi. This is a volcano here, and this actually matches up with the 19.5 here. But this is an alchemy. So here and here combined. Right, back in a second. Wow. So that's it all lining up on the sacred geometry map of the Earth, and I can point you to those investigations on my website as well later. So we've looked at all of this. There's still that to go through. And yeah. So yeah, this is examples of my spreadsheet here. So that's about that's 2,500 years roughly, and my spreadsheets cover 20,000 years. So this is like an eighth of the full spreadsheet. And this is where I discovered all these codes, the 372, 391, 1461, 1507, which I then later found were codes of our ancestors, because I'd already written about them in my book and on my website. And they ended up in here. I was looking for what was the average of the average of the average. That's literally what I was doing, was just looking for averages. Because averages give you the fluctuation point, you know. This is the average. It fluctuates this much this way, that much that way. Yeah? To find the balance point is the average. That's why my maths adds up. Because it's time to nature. Is it surprising it matches nature? No, not at all actually. Oh look, here's some more of those codes. And there we go, 372, 391. I checked on multiple printouts from different sources that had compiled the data from the GISP2. Different people had looked at it from different time periods, more compressed, less compressed, So I have about 4 or 5, maybe 6 different sheets where it all matches up, and then I've obviously got the original download from them, so hats off to them, obviously. However, I'm definitely looking for a bit of research funding, so if maybe someone could spare, 100,000, that's what all the participants got, that would help me a lot. I can't even afford to publish my own book. Not my next one. Not really, no. I have other things to do in my life, other than be the keeper of this wisdom that nobody seems to want to listen to about. So what are you going to do now? I've now got the highest security clearance on the planet. Who else has got Arcturian security clearance? You think I'm joking? Yeah, that's okay. Refute the maths then. Okay. Better wipe the board and get on with some maths. It's a white day, so I've got my black pen, and obviously if you're watching this and you now are keeping of these codes, you have to keep all my research in a folder on your computer, and it needs to be in a folder called Arcturian Intelligence 108. So if you're collecting any evidence, or you're collecting any of the codes which I'm presenting, in order to secure the clearance, those files must all be collated in a folder called Arcturian Intelligence 108. So let's get on with the maths then. Okay. So, right. Amazing, you have moments of doubt. Yeah. What am I doubting there? The Roman numerals. Why did they put the Roman numerals on there? Well, I'm just having a laugh, really. Yeah. So you've got nuclear codes in the Gregorian calendar, eh? That's your security clearance. Okay. We've got the infinity codes. Okay. Number 14, Temperance, the two So hopefully you can read all that. So there we go. That's the maths of our planet. Northern Hemisphere again is fairly key for most of life of humans, because most of them are in the Northern Hemisphere. And what was that book again? Here's one. There's another one. The front of this one's got a nice map. Here's the map. So, again, here's the tip of Scotland. There's Iceland, Greenland. Here. I would say that's important for the Northern Hemisphere, knowing the climate trends of Greenland. I think that would be fairly important, especially if you can calculate it without it costing 25 million and you can just do it in your bedroom. Why spend the money? If the only reason these codes don't mean anything is because you think our ancestors were ignorant natives, then I suggest you check your judgmental, egotistical attitude and check the maths again, because you may well actually be obstructing natural justice by refusing to acknowledge the precision of my maths. Why else do you think I've done this work my entire life? I've always said it was dedicated to peace from the beginning. So, am I a liar? Am I the Joker? Really? I don't think I am. I think you need to check the maths again. Really? I don't think you have the security clearance, actually. You'll need to ask me now, because I'm now the one in possession of it. So, I look forward to the phone call at some point. That'd be interesting. Having to chat to someone who like to pay attention to what I'm saying. That'd be interesting. Yep. Right. So... So time, what's time? They say time is the fourth dimension. Actually, I think time actually's got 4 dimensions. That's my symbol of my codes. The unity of the sun, the moon and the earth, and eclipses. That's how I did all my calculations. In harmony with nature. I think it might have 4 dimensions. So it's more multi-dimensional than space, with 3 dimensions. So it's a time-space continuum, not a space-time continuum. Okay. Oh yeah, that's a very important piece. Okay. Just take you over to make sure we get this. So that's those famous equations there. 18.6 times 20 equals a 372. 18.619 times 21, 391. So where does this fluctuation come from? These are the frequencies of the phi ratio. Okay, so it's not just a fancy geometry, it's actually embedded in our reality. And these cycles of time and space are important. And they're more real than the Gregorian calendar. It's what this science is about. All these thousands of people I've talked to about the 13 moons in natural time. Well, you asked for proof. This is irrefutable proof. Prove me wrong. That's how science works. I'm about to show you my entire experiment. You can see the whole 20,000 years on my website anytime. Been there for 6 years. Ice cores were done in 1988. So, even more evidence then, okay? We need more evidence. More evidence then, so you still don't believe me, okay? Right. More evidence. Back again. You think I'm a fool? Alright, let's go check out Merkaba and icosahedron geometries. So, website, fractal contents, down, to the right, Vehicles archive. Let's see, maybe try in here. Oh, look. There we go. There we go. So there we go. Go to Earth Codes in the Infinity Codes archive. Here's the first one. So that's the planetary Merkaba 19.5, lands on the volcanic activity next to Mexico City and aligns with numerous volcanic points on the Earth, particularly strong volcanic points on the Earth, which match the geometry and also match where ancient cultures had massive pyramid complexes. There's more information on here about that. And back. And down. And here is the icosahedron. Slightly south on the Nile is a place called Alchemy, and that's where the geometry aligns on the Nile with the icosahedron. 1/5 further around the planet and you reach the Yangtze River, which is the other longest, biggest river on the planet, is Chinese river. The Yangtze and the Nile, both on icosahedral points, two biggest rivers in the world. So, fire and water, the balancing of the alchemy of the Maya and land of Kemet, the magic, which also connects with Greenland, which is the third point. And it all connects up. Wow, that's just crazy. It's just absolutely nuts. I mean, obviously I'm insane for doing all these calculations and for it to all add up. Obviously, I'm insane too for it all adding up and it all matching the stuff I've been working on for years. Man, I must be completely crazy, right? I mean, you know, obviously I must be just making this all up. You know, for some reason. Why would I make it up? It's my life's work. You know, I mean, until the point that they, you know, connected with the ice cores, I thought it was just really cool geometry reflecting nature's fluctuations. But that difference of 372 to 391 looks like it has far more larger ramifications for us as a planet. Which is that science, the vision of Cyrus with the planetary apple, which is not just down, it's down and up again and down and up again, which is the fluctuations of the 372 and 391. So the fire and ice, fire and ice, or fire, ice and water. Yeah, so fire and water and ice. And time and space. All adding up. Ooh, better not forget. Here's your magic symbol for today. Number 14. Wow, we've come a long way, eh? 14 days? So we're 2/3 of the way through and there's still 7 days to go at least. So by no means have I finished. But today is a very special day for me personally. So I'm just being myself. Let's see. Oh yeah. So if we go back to the home page and then scroll down, there's this one here called Celestial DNA Time Spiral, and that's what I called my natural time factual matrix graphic from 10,000 BC to 10,000 AD. And yes, I used this free program online called StarCalc, plus other free programs to double check all the alignments match up with historical dates, multiple different cultures, used it to configure and understand these alternating geometric and organic cycles, which is really what this fluctuation is about. You know, you have to find the average so that you can know the fluctuation. Yeah. But your average has to be really precise. So this is the average of 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 the average. So I don't actually think you're going to find anything more precise. I mean, I'd like to see it if you do, because that's my whole thing. But until that happens, in my view, this is the most precise. With the data I have available to me, this is the most precise. And I've worked on this for years. Just like that painting I showed you at the beginning, also worked on that for years. even the ratio of 372 to 391 in the 20,000 year period matches up with the ratio of 19 to 33, which was the ratio I used to start to actually configure the whole thing in the first place, because that's the 19-year cycle plus the diamond matrix. 19 plus 33 equals 52, 52 weeks in the year. Yeah. Nature's talking to us. Yeah, nature's definitely talking to us. There we go, there's a bit more information on there. Maybe you've seen me post this image before. Flower Life and Time. Flower Life and Time. And here we go. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Dun dun dun. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Down 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 down. 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 No 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 no. 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 No no no. Now it is. Now it is. So it is. 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19. I am that I am. Blessed be. Infinite peace. Yes, I can say this. I have the highest security clearance on the planet. Infinite peace is my work. It's my life's work. 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19,
Well, I don't know about you, but I'm impressed.
Wow. Wow, look at all those codes. Shiny codes.
Well, I still think the ocean has a big part to play.
Yeah. I completely agree, actually. Yeah, because the 372 is made up of 6 times 62. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So that's the oceans connecting with the 372 in the fractal. So. Well, for today, I think that's as much as I can handle. So, from me and Sparky, have a wonderful evening. If you do find this information interesting and you want to share with people, please be advised this episode contains the highest security clearance in the galaxy. Arcturian security clearance. 108. May peace prevail. In lak'ech. Oh, forgot for one final message. One final message from the Arcturians for today. Have more fun. Pollute less. Nature rules.